Hi again, chicos. This is your instructor, Dr. G. Welcoming you to this last part of day number 6. The plan for this session is as it follows. See, on session number 6, we are going to be studying stem changing verbs, verbos con cambio de raíz. Yes, we continue using the same endings, o, as, a, amos, an, but the stem is going to show a change that we need to study and we need to memorize and practice. Because of that, we're going to combine this structure of the language with the vocab we are studying already, family. So the learning objective of this part is that at the end of the session, you will be able to talk about family, practicing listening, writing, and speaking skills. You're going to express your desires and preferences and plan activities, okay? The structure allows you to expand the scope of ideas that you can communicate. Let's go to the textbook on page 118 and see this. This is what the book offers in terms of stem changing verbs, okay? So let me take you to this other document in which I'll share with you more on stem changing verbs. Stem changing verbs are a group of verbs in the Spanish language that not only you have to do the conjugation o, as, a, amos, an, os, hemos, en, or os, hemos, in. You have to pay attention to something that happens in the stem. What is the stem? Well, if you think about the verb pensar, when you remove AR, when you remove this piece, what you are left there is with the stem. If you remove ER in volver, volve is your stem. If you remove IR from the verb pedir, PED, pet, is your stem. And that stem shows a change, okay? The endings are the ones that you have already memorized. Look at this. So pensar, that E changes into what you see here, into IE. But nosotros, this is yo pienso, tú piensas, él piensa. This is plural form, pensamos and pensáis. No stem change there. The stem change doesn't happen in nosotros or vosotros, but it comes back in ellos, ellas, ustedes. So, yo pienso, nosotros pensamos, ellos piensan. Look at this. A student long time ago in Ohio told me that these verbs are shoe verb, because if you see, this looks like a shoe. See? Or others call them the boot verb. Okay, let's do here the high heel. The heel, and they look like shoe verb because if you present them that way, yo, tú, él, and then nosotros, vosotros, ellos, you have them in, you present them and you can draw a shoe that helps you remember which ones show the stem change and which ones don't show it, which is nosotros and vosotros. Here we have volver, the verb volver, and the stem changes from O to UE, and the third group is from E to I, like the verb pedir. See, some verbs that show the first pattern are empezar, entender, pensar, perder, despertar, perder, en querer. The second group we have almorzar, jugar, volver, contar, costar, recordar, and soler. And then we have the third group that are pedir, servir, repetir, decir, seguir, and vestir. We go to our textbook. We remember seeing on the page, let me, on the page part, así lo decimos, the vocab page. No, I don't. Okay. if you remember, okay, I don't think I picked the right one. So es capítulo 4, primera parte. Yes, this one. The vocab page listed these verbs there. So if you scroll down here, you see the list of verbs. So
almorzar, costar, dormir, empezar, encontrar, entender, jugar a, pensar, pedir, perder, poder, preferir, querer, recordar, repetir, servir, soñar, venir, volver,
I'm coming back to this page to let you know something. In the dictionary or in textbooks, you are going to find that these verbs are followed by a parenthesis, and in the parenthesis are two letters. When you see these, that's the stem change that happened to the letter, to the verb stem, okay? So almorzar shows a stem change that goes from O to UE. I guess you are wondering, how do we know in a verb like almorzar which letter, with which vowel of the stem we should use to change the stem change? Well, that's this way. Let's take verbs like these two that we have here, or this one, and this one, almorzar, that have more than one vowel. Look at this. The closest vowel to this infinitive ending. So let's work on empezar. Empezar infinitive ending is R. The closest letter vowel to R is this, the second E, empezar. That's where the stem change happens. See, and in the verb entender, infinitive ending is er, and the closest letter to er is that second E. Good? Let's go to recordar. For example, R is your infinitive ending, and this O is closer to R, to the infinitive ending. That's where the stem change happens. See? I don't see the verb preferir here. That's another case. Preferir, repetir. You have repetir aquí. So the second E is the one that is going to show the stem change. Say closest letter, vowel, that is closer to the infinitive ending, okay? The first one, the one that is further, you don't do the stem change with those, okay? Muy bien. Perfecto. So we know that when we see that parenthesis is telling you that you have to apply a stem change. If you are not going to be able to be reading at the textbook all the time, so you need to memorize these verbs. And by using them on my Spanish lab and in the conversation and composition, it'll give you opportunities to use them, which will help you to memorize. Let's go in detail more. I think I lost connection for a second. Okay, now again, when you work on a verb, on a regular verb like caminar, you conjugate yo camino, tú caminas, nosotros caminamos, ellos caminan, ¿sí? Those highlighted in yellow, those parts are highlighted in yellow, you know that those are endings. No, I didn't include all of the subject pronouns here. But notice that when you remove AR, you are left with camin, and camin stays the same for all the conjugation. It is a regular verb. You know, you have studied and learned a lot of regular verbs so far, and you didn't have to do anything to the stem. Now, when you have a stem changing verb, like the verb querer, you notice that querer has an E in the stem, and that E changes to IE. So for example, if you want to say I want, you would have to conjugate it this way. Yo quiero. The O that you learn for in the AR verbs or ER verbs you keep it here, but the stem change happens there. So yo quiero, and all the other subjects. Remember, nosotros and vosotros, we and you plural from Spain do not show stem change. That's why when we put them together, they are called shoe verbs or good verbs. Let's see more. What happens with querer in the whole conjugation? So, yo quiero, tú quieres, él quiere, nosotros queremos, no stem change verb in nosotros, no stem change verbs in nosotros, so queréis, and ellos quieren. Got it? So if you want to see more verbs like that, we have the verb cerrar. See? You have the verb cerrar, and it's let's complete the shoe because it doesn't have cordones. See? So entender. Notice that entender, he give us two E's, but we don't work on the first one, we work on the closest one to the infinitive ending. So preferir is the same one, prefiero. The second E, this one, is the one that is gonna show change stem. Got it? Muy bien. Let's go to a second group, a group that go from O to UE. So yo puedo, tú puedes, él puede, nosotros podemos, no stem change there. Vosotros podéis, no stem change there either. And then ustedes pueden. Okay? A few more examples. We have the verb poder, which we have already seen. And then the closest letter to the infinitive ending is the one that you're gonna show the stem change. Dormir changes from O to UE2, and then jugar, to play, shows that from U to IU. Remember, we don't play instrumentos like jugar el piano. No, we touch them, tocar el piano. So we play sport. Jugamos basketball, jugamos baseball. And look at this, shoe verb form. Muy bien. The third group is those that change from E to I. So yo pido, I ask for. Tú pides, él pide, nosotros pedimos, no stem change there. Nosotros pedís, no stem change there. And then piden. Pedir is to ask for. But let me tell you something. English needs for to include what you ask for. For example, ask for a favor. You will need this preposition. But Spanish, no. Pido, and then you go for a favor, un favor. See? Un favor. I don't need to include the preposition that is equivalent to for in Spanish, which is por. So don't include it. Pido un favor. This is an O. Okay? Pido un favor. See? Tú pides agua. Tú pides ayuda. See? So this specific verb has that difference between the two languages. And a few details about this stem changing verb. See? Empezar is to start to do something, and it requires the preposition a before an infinitive. So if you're going to say to start to eat, then you need to include that preposition, okay? A second piece, volver, to do something again, needs the preposition a to. So volver a hacer algo. To redo something, volver a trabajar, volver a estudiar, volver a ver el video. Okay? And the last piece, infinitive. Pensar. The verb pensar is followed directly by an infinitive, and it means to intend, to plan, implies future, okay? So you say pienso trabajar means in my future I plan to work, okay? And if you are thinking in something, then you are going to announce that something with the preposition en. So I say, pienso en mis estudiantes, pienso en mis clases. I'm thinking of, I'm remembering, see? That's pensar en, see? And that's it for now in terms of stem changing verbs. The textbook has some activities for you, chicos, that I want you guys to proceed. And work on them. Chapter 4, first part. Estructuras. See, you have more verbs here. Now, let me make a stop here before I'll show you the I'm looking for the marker, but I don't see him. Okay, this way I do it. Two verbs that you already know. Well, one you already know, but the other one is so similar that it's gonna be not complicated to learn this. The verb tener. It's not a stem changing verb, but it is a stem changing verb. If you remember, yo tengo, tú tienes, él, ella tiene, see? Those are stem changes, see? They happen in tú, él, nosotros, tú, él, ellos, and ellas. But the yo form is irregular, it has a G. Well, tener is to have, and you can use it for 6, 7 different ideas, to convey 6, 7 different ideas. Then venir is to come to where the speaker is located. And the conjugation is the same except for the letter V. So by changing T into V, you change verb and you use a different verb. So you gain vocab there, venir. So, ¿vienes a Colombia? Sí, Esther y Rubén vienen el viernes y yo vengo también. So, venir, to come, and tener different meanings we have already studied, okay? I said, and we already studied the changes from E to I. And I show you some more verbs in the video. Then we have O to U, stem change, and more verbs here. Almorzar, costar, dormir, see? And we're gonna have the opportunity to meet this lady, Rigoberta Menchú. She is from Guatemala. Is a very important and famous, popular woman in Guatemala and in the world, even in the States, because in the United States, in the academia, students in the Spanish major or Latin American majors, they study this lady. Why? Because she won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1992. And because she was doing a really, really good job to help indigenous people of her town and country. So here we have an interview where you guys learn from Rigoberta a lot, and then you are gonna be highlighting the stem changing verbs. And then more questions about that, dialogue that you just saw. And then in the second piece, we're gonna have some Ana Maria's and Antonio's plans with verbs that you have to conjugate and show the stem change. Okay, so I'll let you guys continue on my Spanish lab. This is a very a good practice for stem changing verbs, chicos. So wait for them to show on my Spanish lab and complete them. This is the end of the day. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day and your weekend, for those of you who I have already seen, and I'll talk to the ones who are gonna take the oral exams activities in the evening. God bless you and enjoy this day and its blessings. Bye.